So let's move on. We're staying with college football, losing a legend, and this is one that definitely hit me hard here. Huge Florida State fan, huge Bobby Bowden fan. So the news of losing Bobby Bowden and Bobby Bowden passing away at the age of 91 was really a shock for me this week and was unwelcome news.
No question. And, you know, you hear that I forgot that he was actually that old. He was 91 years old because every time you see him, he seems pretty lively. You know, I kind of forget that we haven't seen Bobby Bowden in a couple of years, but even after he left, you know, and retired from being the head coach of Florida State, you still kind of see him, you know, on college football pregame shows and that sort of thing. And he still looked good just for, you know, at the time he was probably in his 80s. But, you know, he passed away at 91. You know, you hate to lose a legend like that. But you also can look at it like guy lived a great life and lived till 91. You know, as you know, Brennan, as being a coach, some of these coaches, especially in high-ranked Division I college football, it's not a healthy lifestyle. The amount you're on the road, your diet, you know, the amount of stress you have, because it's literally $1 million industry, even though, you know, players aren't getting paid. It's $1 million industry. We all know it is. And there's a lot on the line for people, coaches like that. And one of the things I loved about, you know, kind of reading up on Bobby Bowden too, is that he took over the Florida State program as the head coach in 1976. And I think the team was something like, I think I got the number here. They were 4-29 in their previous 3 seasons. Bowden shows up. I can't remember what his record was his first year, but in his first year of taking over that 4-29 program was his first and only year of having a losing record at Florida State. So it just goes to show you, he quickly turned that program around. Year 2, he goes 9-2 in his second year as the head coach of the program, and the rest is history. He's won a couple of national championships. He was producing a lot of NFL talent back in the day too, especially in the 90s. You know, Heisman Trophy winners, Charlie Ward, guys like that. You know, players like Peter Warwick, who were really good college football players, played pretty well in the NFL. Lavernius Coles. Plenty of guys that we saw over the years too. So Bobby Bowden had 377 total wins in his career. And as we've said before, the ACC is not a college football sort of juggernaut. But when you think of the ACC in its heyday with college football, and Florida State is one of those top-ranking teams in the ACC, and they really kind of put the ACC on the map for college football in the 90s when Bobby Bowden was the head coach of Florida State. So it sucks to see him leave, to pass away like that. But again, 91 years old, phenomenal career, phenomenal life. And, you know, college football is going to be missing an icon this upcoming season.
On the first play of the
game, no,
you
did a great job there, and you covered a lot, and it's true. I mean, we're talking about the second most winning coach to Division I football all time. All right. There's only one coach ahead of him when we're talking about wins. And so you have to say that this is arguably one of the greatest coaches of all time, one of the best to ever do it, and probably one of the best that will ever do it, in my opinion. This is a guy that you wanted to play for. I personally wanted to play for it. Unfortunately, didn't get the chance to, but hey, that's because FSU became so elite. Like you said, you had to be NFL-type talent to even get on those rosters because Bobby Bowden did such a great job of building this squad up out of nowhere. Like you said, he came in and this team was in the junks, a team in Tallahassee, you know, in the country of Florida that nobody even knew about. Nobody wanted to go to Florida State. The team was, you know, like you said, only won about 4 or 6 games over the last 4 or 5 years previous, and they were a laughingstock of college football. Meanwhile, young Bobby Bowden, who had just, you know, was the head coach at West Virginia and turned that program around, now got the chance to go and be the head coach of Florida State and then turn the program around instantly within the first few seasons. I believe within his first 5 seasons, he already had them in a bowl game and being, you know, a successful program that had already established themselves on the national scene. And then it just got bigger and bigger and better, winning national championship with Charlie Ward at the helm, winning a national championship with Chris Wenke at the helm, winning a national championship even later on. So it's just with multiple generations, we're talking, and multiple like generations of players, you know what I mean? So it might not be like Alabama where he was winning back to back, But I think it's even more impressive when you can win one title in one generation and then keep coaching and win in another generation and win another title with the same program, the same team, and in the same way. And I think Bobby Bowden is just, the class of college football, and not only with what he did on the field with his programs, but what he did off the field with his players. I think is something that all of us coaches can respect. He said that he always wanted to leave his players being better men. And I think he did that. A lot of his players coming out this week and saying that's exactly what he did. He was like a father figure to them, and was really, for a lot of them, was that, leadership that they needed in their life at that time. And as coaches, that's exactly what we should be doing, number one. And I think that's what Bobby Bowden did, number one. And then number two, he won football games, man. He won a ton of football games and put Florida State on the map as one of the greatest football teams in college football. And I just want to say this quickly. When you think of the gold helmet back in the day, it used to be Notre Dame, right? Now, when you think of the gold helmet, you think of Florida State and Notre Dame. And so I say that says a lot about what Bobby Bowden did for this program. And I think this is just one of those things where legends never die. Their legacy just continues on for all of us to learn from. And I think this is just another one of those things.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a Bobby Bowden statue yet in front of Florida State Stadium, but there will be very soon if there isn't one already. So that just shows you what kind of impact he had on that football program. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of tributes for Bobby Bowden throughout this upcoming season, but especially with Florida State, but with ACC teams and so forth throughout the year. It's going to be great to see this upcoming college football season, which is around the corner. It's unbelievable that college football's like 3 weeks away. It's crazy. But folks, that's going to do it for our show tonight. And once again, I want to thank you for joining us here on Comeback Sports. You're probably watching this on YouTube. If you are, make sure you go to the Comeback Sports YouTube page and hit subscribe to our YouTube page. We want to reach 1,000 subscribers. We're slowly getting there. We want to keep pumping. We want to keep churning to get to that 1,000 number. And a lot of folks who are already subscribed, you've been helping us do it. Tell some folks that haven't watched us yet to subscribe as well, and they can check out all our Comeback Sports content here on YouTube. Again, you have our Twitter handles at the bottom of the screen as well. And folks, we had that number earlier. You can call in live to any of our shows at that number. You can also leave a voicemail. We'll play it back. We'll answer some of the questions. If you leave a voicemail with a question, we'll try to answer it on the show too. So feel free, dig in, ask questions, participate in this show. We love anybody who is watching the show to chime in and give us some feedback and give us a question. We'd love to see it. So once again, folks, thank you so much for joining us. Brandon, any final thoughts before we sign off tonight from Comeback?
Yeah, man. Hey, give us a subscribe. Give us a like. I think, like Pat said, besides your local sports talk radio, we're one of the most interactive sports shows out there. So give us a call in and you can chat with us live, or, hey, give us a follow on Twitter and we can talk about some sports. But definitely give us a subscribe, give us a like. And, hey, man, we love all of our new fans. And if, hey, any of our Dutch fans want to send me a gift, I'll take a medium Lionel Messi jersey or even a Kylian Mbappe jersey.
I love it, man. Yeah, we have a great international fan base. We cover a lot of F1. Yep. We just talked about some soccer and some international basketball players as well. So any folks who, you don't have to be from America to follow us here on Comeback Sports. Yep. We love all you. So thank you so much, folks. We'll see you next time here on Comeback Sports. Have a good night, everyone. Folks, if you like this show, you're watching it right now on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. That's Comeback Sports on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel, Comeback Sports. And then all the cut-ups that our awesome producer, Ben Kudo, puts together after the show, that'll all filter to your YouTube channel. You don't have to go search for it. It's just right there in your subscriptions.